State of Fury goes in. Drawn toward the outside of the line. The light flashes.
Just be ready.
Ready. And away in their racing. Shakarato dwelt at the start, missed it a length. State of Fury didn't have a lot of pace. God's Garden dropped out the back as well. It'll be back at the tail end of the field early. Happy as Larry working its way to the lead soon after the start. Now finds the fence, draws a length and a half clear of El Giro del Mondo. So the favourite's going to camp up running second early on. Over on the inside, Henry has spoken from Could Have Been. The grey State of Fury goes up near the inside to be fifth. Almost a length Scenery, a length and a half to Shakarato, who's over on the inside from Belmont, Jack, then God's Garden, and the tail end of Mia Nabil. They put the 800 behind them. To the side behind, Happy as Larry, coasting along for Staples in front by a length. El Giro del Mondo much closer to them today, up running second, followed then by Henry Has Spoken. 3/4 Could Have Been, given a great run on the outside by Noski, and about to pull out and go forward 3 deep, heeling it along. State of Fury angling off the fence. Scenery will have to come around them 4 and 5 deep. A gap in the field. Belmont, Jack, God's Garden well back in the field. Shakarato and Mia Nabil is last of all, balancing, and Happy as Larry booted clear down by the 300. Happy as Larry shifting out to the middle of the course. It led by 3 on Scenery, who's starting to dig in strongly down the outside, but was still ground to make. Happy as Larry at the 100 still clear, 2.5 in front of Scenery. They won't get to Happy as Larry. They'll be very happy, the owners. Happy as Larry won it, and won it easily. About 2.5 to 3 at the finish over Scenery. So both winners have led today. Down the outside, God's Garden made up good ground late with State of Fury there as well. Could Have Been. El Giro del Mondo weekend, followed by Belmont, Jack. Henry Has Spoken. Shakarato well off them, and the last of them home is Mia Nabil. Happy as Larry, ridden by Lisa Staples, does it all the way here in the second. Happy as Larry takes it out here for the Paul Jordan stable. 3-year-old by I'm All the Talk. Dominating from the front, winning from Scenery. God's Garden had a lot of ground to make, but was finishing on well from State of Fury and Could Have Been. But it really was a dominant performance there after leading. And so the first 2 winners on the card this afternoon. Over the 1200, Mordich Boy won by 4. And this is won by a slightly less margin, but nevertheless as comfortably. And trained by Paul Jordan for Laura Jordan, D. Mrs. D. Keane, C. Hannigan, B. Downey and T. Morley, A. Carver, P. Corbett, A. Tuxford, G. Downey, G. Pinney, L. Atherton, D. Delarocker, A. Jardam, J. Abrio, Dallas Hogan, G. Highway, Dave Harding, Gary Dickey, and also W. Graves. By I'm All the Talk from Ace's Wish, and wins its first race at Career Start 9. Won by 3 lengths, a long neck second and third. The time they ran 1:26.08, and they pedalled out a 35.42 last 600 there. But it was a case of pretty much hands and heels all the way in the run to the line for the winner. Second home Scenery by Zoostar from Scene, Steve Parnham for Neville Parnham. God's Garden third by Playing God from Linstead Rose, Sue Olive and Holly Watson. The third event, the Western Race Picks Handicap over 1,000 metres. The next event, the emergencies are not required. 11, 12, 13, Diamond Blue, Aqua Peach and Oh Sophia. As we head to the yard, here's Britt and the first 2 races today. They've been totally dominated by the horses that have led.
That's right, Darren. I have Paul Jordan here in the yard. Happy as Larry, start number 9. You must have known, Paul, that it was only around the corner that he'd be breaking maiden status.
Well, we certainly hoped he was. I thought he could nearly win the Cyrus Produce, so that's how far I was away. So,
what gave you that confidence? Obviously, what you'd been seeing behind the scenes was above average.
Well, some of his 32-year-old races were super. You know, he's getting home. He ran second behind one of those horses of Fernie's that went to Melbourne, and making ground on him on the line. And but he was one of those that, you know, he's not the brightest card in the pack, and he found beginning was really difficult for him. And the last 2 starts there, we've had the ears on together barriers and jumping plane. He's jumped terrific, you know. So
Just looking at him coming in, he's a big, tall, rangy type of horse. Is it a surprise almost that he was able to do what he did as a 2-year-old? Is he always going to be one that would improve as a 3-year-old?
Although he's like that, he's a terrific, I don't know if you watched the race, but he's a terrific moving horse. He gets over lots of ground and he's easy. And those horses narrow in front, usually got terrific movement in front, you know. They don't waddle around or anything. I think they say Seabird the second was the best horse in the world before Frankel, I think, and they reckon both his front legs come out the same hole. He was that narrow in front.
Wow, that is quite remarkable to hear that from way back then. Well done on this win.
Yeah, no downside to winning. I'll give you the tip.
There is Paul Jordan, and a bit of a history lesson as well on the makeup of some narrow-chested horses. Let's get a word from Lisa Staples.
Lisa Staples knows this horse inside and out. Lisa, he's jumped well today. He looked really comfortable in front. It seems as though he's still learning and got a lot to learn, but at least he's making steps in the right direction.
Yeah, I really, really like this horse, and I think Paul and all the owners, we've liked this horse from the beginning. However, he's massive baby. He's still a big baby. He's come a long way. He's a lot easier to ride now than he was 6 months ago. Today he was really happy where he was, and yeah, it just suited him.
It seems like it's a bit frustrating with a horse like him because he's clearly got ability, but he doesn't quite know what he's doing.
Yeah, you're spot on. He showed a lot of ability, he just hasn't really been able to put it together race day. Last few starts we've been scratching our heads a little bit, like he should be performing better, and then finally today he was.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There is Lisa Staples, happy as Larry, victorious here in the second over Scenery and God's Garden. 8, 1, 7 and 9, the numbers.
You feel like a room without a roof, because